Hey everyone. So I have a huge backlog of comics to review. I just went to the comic book store yesterday and I got, I think, about five. And then I still have all the ones from the end of June that I kind of all saved up to review. So I've got like 10 or 15, maybe even like 20 to review. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna get through all of them. I'd really like to, but I may end up just having to do a um, wrap up comic haul video just so that you guys can, I can show all you guys and give you brief reviews, but they probably won't all be, um, in depth reviews. And so I am gonna try to get through all of them, but they'll just be very short reviews. I'm gonna try to keep them 5-10 minutes at the most. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and dish them out. So oh, and I decided to forego the tripod this time because I don't know, it just looks tacky, and I would rather just get a professional one or semi-pro. And also, you may have noticed I'm not using a microphone. Um, I want to get a higher quality one than the one that I was using, which was just on a pair of headphones. So I'm gonna try to, up the quality a little bit, make this a bit more watchable, so that the camera's not shaking, the audio isn't horrible. I think the lighting is okay right here, though. Hopefully, what do you guys think about the lighting? Okay, so getting to the review. This is Man of Steel #2. And it was like a month from the time I read the first one to this one, or at least it was like 3 weeks. So I kind of had to go back and read the first issue, get refreshed. So I have finished the whole series. I got #6 yesterday and read it, and um, I'll be doing a review on that. So basically, throughout this whole miniseries, there's three distinct kind of stories going on. The first is following Rogol Zar, who is the creature that supposedly destroyed Krypton. Then there's the story of Metropolis and the arsonist that's going through there. And then you'll see a little bit later, there's a story of what happened to Lois and John. So this starts off with the story of Rogol Zar right after he destroyed Krypton. And we saw this character in the last issue, but he or she is, of course, angry at the Guardians for not protecting Krypton, and they said, well, we didn't see it coming. None of us saw it coming, so it's not really our fault. But it really doesn't have much to do with the actual Rogol Zar character. And then we cut to Metropolis, and we get a bit more scenes at the Daily Planet. Everybody's wondering where Kent is, and of course where Lois is. But so this is like the new girl, and she's hasn't learned the ropes yet. And so one of the more seasoned reporters is like, well, even on a normal day, Kent and Lane never really followed the same rules as any of us. So anyway, then we cut to Superman. He's fighting Toyman. So the dialogue is okay. It's not too Bendis-y, if you know what I mean. Bendis has a real bad habit of trying to be funny and kind of cute, kind of like he's writing for middle school girls. So it gets worse throughout the miniseries, but issues 1 through 3, it's not terrible. But like, oh, I think I know exactly who and what this is. I don't know. He has a lot of interior dialogue, so just dialogue that the character is saying to themselves, and it would have just been cool without the dialogue. Just have Superman flying in and crashing this thing in the head. I mean, this is still cool, but forget the cheese ball dialogue, please. Uh, so yeah, Superman is all smiley and everything, which doesn't really make sense because Lois and John are gone, and at this point we still don't know what happened to them. So it doesn't really make sense that he would be all laugh and giggles. um, and so after he defeats the Toyman, Green Lantern shows up and is like, "Hey, are you okay? You've missed a couple Justice League meetings." And we, um, and there's rumors going around, yada yada yada. And Superman is just like, "Nah, everything's okay. I'll see you later," and he flies away. Um, and Superman realizes that was rude and everything, but now we see that Lois and John not being there is affecting him. So we cut to this some kind of spaceship is landing in their house or teleporting into their house. I don't know. I got it because I know who's in it. I just don't know if it shows it in this issue or not. It may or may not. I don't think it does. So yeah, there's a spaceship that lands in their house. We don't know who's in it. So yeah, we get. Oh yeah, okay. So this is where that little line right there, Dad. What is that? That is repeated like 10 million times until you finally figure out, or until it finally reveals who's in that spaceship, and it's so annoying. So here it is again. Dad, what is that? Dad, what is that? Right there. So, Superman flies to the moon to sulk, I guess. Then we cut to another planet, and it's at a bar or something, a cantina, and there's a little Superman symbol there, and Rogelzar is there, and he's like, "What is that?" And the bartender's like, "Oh, they gave that to us. Superman, the last son of Krypton, escaped as a baby." I don't know what kind of accent Bendis is going for. Superman is the last son of the Krypton, escaped as a baby, or so their story goes. Are they trying to be like Southern? Like, yep, so Superman is the last son of the Krypton, escaped as a baby, or so the story goes. But I know Southern people, they don't really sound like that. They don't. So yeah, anyway, he figures out Superman is still alive and is like the last son of Krypton, yada yada yada. This is a cool little sequence of Superman flying. The art through this series is pretty good, except for a couple places where it's kind of bad, but for the most part, it's good. So I think that there were different artists for different pages, and you can definitely tell, like, this is not the same Superman that's drawn earlier in the book. But I don't know, I don't really mind. It's interesting to see different people's takes all in one book, I guess. So then there's another fire in Metropolis. I don't know what Superman does here. He goes to a used car lot, and like those blow up things that flutter back and forth. He grabs one of those and somehow uses it as like a slide for these people to jump onto, and I don't really know what he did there. But whatever, he saves the people. And then what does he do? Yeah, he just goes back to the Daily Planet. He's got a story about the Tinkerer, but Perry's upset because social media has already covered it, and he's kind of feeling depressed because he feels old. So this is him way back in the day. So I'm guessing this would be like the 60s? 70s, 80s, 90s. So kind of as like a little time lapse of his career as a newspaperman. But he's feeling down and depressed because, social media is just taking over everything. Which, I mean, it kind of is. But dude, you change with the times, man. But no, I do feel bad for him, and things definitely aren't as easy as they used to be. So yeah, I definitely feel for Perry. And then in the last panel, we see Rogozar speeding towards Earth on this hyped up motorcycle, intergalactic motorcycle. So anyway, that's where it stops off. So we still don't know what happened to Lois and John. All we know is a spaceship appeared. Rogozar is coming to Earth, and Superman put out another fire. So yep, that was this issue. I kept that pretty short, like 11 minutes. That's not too bad. I just want to see that fire scene one more time. Yeah, I don't think it's in this one. Yeah. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great day. Bye.